In the fast-paced world we live in, our minds are constantly at war with distractions. The rise of technology, the pressures of modern life, and the relentless noise of social media can all contribute to the fragmentation of our thoughts. How often do we find ourselves overwhelmed, unsure of where to focus our energy or how to calm our racing thoughts? Ancient philosophers, particularly those of Stoic and Taoist traditions, understood this struggle well. For them, the key to happiness and peace was not in controlling the external world, but in mastering the internal world, the mind. But how can we, in today's world of constant distractions, take control of our thoughts and emotions? The answer lies in the time-tested wisdom of these ancient teachings. In this script, we will explore the Stoic law of mental mastery and how to apply it to regain control over our thoughts, emotions, and ultimately, our lives. We'll examine the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and other Stoic philosophers who faced tremendous external pressures but remained mentally calm and focused. This timeless wisdom is just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. The foundation: what is mental mastery? Mental mastery is the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. It is not about eliminating negative thoughts or emotions. Those are natural human experiences. Rather, mental mastery is about developing the discipline to respond to these thoughts and emotions in a way that aligns with your values and goals. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." For Marcus, the key to inner peace was the recognition that while we cannot control external events, we have complete control over how we choose to respond to them. When we understand this principle, we unlock the power to choose our reactions. We no longer become slaves to our emotions or thoughts, but become masters of our inner world. This is the foundation of mental mastery. Understanding the nature of the mind. To understand how to master the mind, we must first explore its nature. The mind is not a passive observer. It is an active participant in shaping our reality. The thoughts we entertain shape the way we perceive the world and how we interact with it. The Stoics understood that we must take control of the quality of our thoughts if we wish to experience a life of peace and purpose. The mind, according to Stoicism, is like a garden. If left untended, it will become overrun with weeds, negative thoughts, irrational beliefs, and unhealthy patterns. But just like a garden, with time and care, we can prune away the weeds and cultivate a space of peace and clarity. In Taoism, the mind is often compared to water. It is fluid and constantly changing. Water can be calm and still, reflecting the world around it, or it can become turbulent and wild, clouding everything it touches. Like water, our minds have the potential to either reflect the world clearly or distort it. Through practices like meditation and mindfulness, we can learn to still the waters of the mind, allowing us to see things as they truly are. The power of awareness, observing the mind. One of the first steps in mastering the mind is developing awareness of it. We must become observers of our own thoughts, understanding what drives our emotions and actions. Too often, we allow our thoughts to dictate our behavior without questioning them. We react automatically to external events, allowing our emotions to take the lead. Epictetus, one of the foremost Stoic philosophers, emphasized the importance of self-awareness in his writings. He believed that we must learn to observe our thoughts and separate ourselves from them. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them, he wrote. This insight is crucial in mastering the mind. By observing our thoughts, we can see them for what they are: temporary mental events that don't necessarily reflect reality. Once we develop this awareness, we gain the ability to choose how we respond. If we are upset by something, we can ask ourselves, why am I reacting this way? Is this reaction serving me? Is this thought helpful? By asking these questions, we begin to step out of automatic reactions and into conscious responses. The Stoic practice of reframing, shifting perspectives. One of the most powerful tools in mental mastery is reframing. Reframing is the process of changing the way we interpret an event or thought. Stoic philosophers used reframing to transform negative situations into opportunities for growth. For example, when facing adversity, Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that difficulties were part of life's natural course. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, he wrote. This idea, known as amor fati, the love of fate, teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to avoid. Reframing allows us to change our mindset from one of defeat to one of resilience. Instead of seeing failure as something to fear, we learn to see it as a stepping stone to success. Instead of viewing stress as a burden, we reframe it as an opportunity to build strength. The role of emotions, understanding and mastering them. Emotions are an integral part of being human. They provide us with valuable information about our environment and our experiences. However, if left unchecked, emotions can control us, leading to impulsive actions and unnecessary suffering. In Stoic philosophy, emotions are not seen as inherently bad. Instead, they are viewed as natural responses to external events. What the Stoics taught was that we should not allow emotions to govern our decisions. Instead, we should cultivate apatheia, a state of inner peace that allows us to experience emotions without being ruled by them. The key to mastering emotions is understanding their source. Emotions arise from our thoughts and beliefs about events, not from the events themselves. For example, if we feel anger towards someone, it is not because of their actions, but because we have interpreted their actions as an offense. By changing our interpretation of the situation, we can change our emotional response. The Taoists, too, recognized the power of emotions. They taught that emotions should flow naturally, like a river, without resistance. When we resist our emotions, we create internal conflict. But when we allow them to flow freely, we find balance and harmony. The power of discipline, building mental strength. Mental mastery requires discipline. It is not something that comes overnight, but is developed over time through consistent practice. The Stoics believed that the key to mental strength was virtue, living in accordance with reason, and focusing on what is within our control. Discipline is the foundation of virtue. By training our minds to focus on what truly matters, we build the mental resilience needed to withstand life's challenges. The Stoics practiced self-discipline in all areas of their lives, whether it was in their thoughts, their actions, or their emotions. They understood that true freedom comes from mastery over the self. Daily practices for mastering the mind. So, how can we apply these ancient teachings in our modern lives? Here are a few practical exercises to help you begin mastering your mind today. 1. Daily reflection. Set aside time each day to reflect on your thoughts, actions, and emotions. Ask yourself questions like, did I live in accordance with my values today? And how did I react to challenges? This practice helps you become more self-aware and gives you an opportunity to course correct. 2. Mindful meditation. Practice mindfulness meditation to cultivate awareness of your thoughts. Begin with just 5 minutes each day, observing your thoughts without judgment. Over time, this will help you develop the ability to detach from your thoughts and emotions. 3. Reframe negative thoughts. When you encounter a negative thought or emotion, practice reframing it. Ask yourself, is this thought true? What's the alternative perspective? How can I see this situation differently? By doing this, you can shift your mindset from one of defeat to one of opportunity. 4. Embrace adversity. When you face challenges, remind yourself that they are opportunities for growth. As Marcus Aurelius said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Embrace adversity as a chance to build mental strength. Conclusion: mastering the mind for a life of purpose. Mastering the mind is not an easy task, but it is one of the most rewarding endeavors you can undertake. By applying the teachings of Stoicism, Taoism, and other ancient philosophies, you can begin to take control of your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. You will learn to face life's challenges with resilience, clarity, and calmness. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By cultivating mental mastery, you unlock the power to live a life of purpose, peace, and fulfillment. If you found this video valuable, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from these timeless teachings. Comment below with your thoughts. What's one step you will take today to start mastering your mind? Final thoughts. Remember, mental mastery is a lifelong journey. Embrace the process and commit to building a mind that is as strong, resilient, and focused as the ancient philosophers who came before us.